Welcome to the WrightPassion podcast, where we delve into the fascinating world of superheroes. In today's episode, we got a guest. We got a special guest. We have musician, music mogul, hard worker, persistent, black guy. Isaiah, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but this man he's many things. He's a man of many talents. I'll let him speak. Here you go. The floor is yours.
What's up, guys? Right now, I'm a music artist, coming from Georgia. Me and DJ over here, we was roommates in college and everything. And now we're here, both chasing some dreams, doing what we doing, man. And I'm glad he can get me on here.
Yeah, his consistency is something to just marvel at. This man is posting on TikTok, Instagram, everything. Go ahead and tell the people your music name or your ad or whatever you want to say.
My music name is KNG Rahsaan. You can follow me on all social media platforms. KNG Rahsaan, RAHSAAN.
Man, before we get started, tell us what gave birth to that. What inspired you to do music?
Man, music has always been something that's been a part of my life. Even when I was born, my dad was a producer, so he was always working on music, doing stuff. And just growing up, it's always just been something that I would use for an outlet. It was always something that I used for just healing in myself and my own journey and stuff. And it's just, I couldn't live without music, so why not chase it as a passion as well, and it comes very naturally as well. So 2 years into college, I started doing music, and I started as a producer. And once I started actually doing the artistry, with singing, the rapping, and all that other stuff, man, it just couldn't keep me from it.
Now, it's amazing because, nowadays, wherever you go, you hear music. You get in the car, people play music. You just go on the elevator. It's music everywhere. And just for you to have that outlet and be able to make some amazing beats, music, songs, that's most people, they would say throughout their life, they probably played 20, 30 songs in one day, especially now because these phones, man. I don't know if you've heard me. I've been listening to Nirvana, that a lot of punk rock. Man. So I go from punk rock to rapping.
You can mix it up all you want. You can put classical music in there, jazz. You put whatever you want in there, man. It's crazy how music is involved.
And I like yours because it's so versatile. It's one minute you're rapping, and then I feel like the next minute you might be melodically singing. Is that how you say it?
Yeah. That's my thing. I'd like to do rap. I mainly like to do rap with features because it just makes more sense to me. But I do love doing both. Both, it's just an expression in its own way.
And I see you love it because it's you do it so often, you do it so much that you have to love this because you can't just keep putting stuff out and have hatred or just be
oh yeah,
it's just whatever.
Definitely a deep-rooted love for it, man. Deep-rooted.
That's why I'm grateful to have you here because it's hard to find people that are that passionate because, I'm not saying people aren't passionate, but it's it comes with a price. Consistency is boring, discipline. People don't you got to put this out every day at the same time, all the time, do the same thing. Even with making beats, because I have a brother who does it. You have to be consistent. You got to listen to it. You have to have an ear for stuff like that. And just the fact that you have it and that you're able to mix and just keep putting out crazy content, man.
I be trying, man. It is definitely, consistency is a thing, man. That's what separates a lot of people. Discipline separates a lot of people from actually knowing that you love something versus just doing something for some money. You actually know you love something where when the days that you really don't feel like doing it, you can still make yourself actually get up and do something. Every day I do at least something, even if it's the smallest thing, editing a video for a bit or working on a song in the future that I'm going to be dropping and stuff like that. Even if it's something small I'm doing every day, it's just discipline is what separates people from it just being something that they would like and actually it being a passion.
Maybe said it too. Because I'm like, man, I'm feeling bad when I don't know if I do 5 minutes just to look over one or just I write down one, so it kind of inspired me. So like, even if I'm just barely doing something on those days that I don't want to really do much, that's inspiring because we all get it. But I say those days are most rewarding because those days are the days, it's like the stick days or blue days. Like you could go to the gym and some people could go 4 times a week, or you could go 4 times a week as opposed to somebody who goes 3 times a week. We're gonna get started soon, but you go on that 4th day, like over a year, and your friends went 3 days, you'll see so much progress because they didn't go that last day when they really didn't want to, and that might have been the blue day, the stick day, where like your abs are just showing, they're visible, your biceps are just popping, everything, and they're like, man, I go all the time, and yet I still don't look as good as you. Well,
because you don't do as much as me. That's the thing. That's what separates it, man. That's real. That's what separates it.
Let's get into this before we keep talking about random stuff. But all right, you already know the first question. What inspired you to become interested in superheroes, and how has that influence shaped your personal journey?
Superhero stuff has always been a little small part of my life. Growing up, I've always had friends who loved superheroes. My family, we love the DC Marvel. We love DC. We were really Marvel lovers, but we love the whole DC and Marvel. But I feel like those type of movies, just even like not even talking like specific superheroes, but those type of movies, they actually have like inspiration behind them. Like it's literally like you can apply lessons from all different movies into your actual life, and it actually can help you. So that's why I like really started getting into superheroes, is because they're all inspiring in their own ways.
So I heard it somewhere. I can't remember it. I can't quote it. It's like at one point they were just superhero movies, but now they're like movies that I can't even say it right. Dang it. I was gonna say movies that become about superheroes. It's hard to explain. It's like I can't explain. I want to say it, but all right, let's just move on. Let's go deeper into that question. Was there one in particular that just like gets you on fire and you were like, oh yeah, like I kind of connect with this. Like this helps me with my journey.
I feel like the one that like, because there are a few. There are definitely a few. But I feel like the series that kind of stuck with me the hardest is just, honestly, I know it kind of lines up with you, but Spider-Man. Just that whole series, like the whole first couple movies. Oh my god, it was like, I don't know, my little behind was sitting here thinking, oh, I gotta keep going, I gotta keep moving, I gotta, no matter what stops me, no matter who leaves me, I gotta keep going and stuff like that. It was crazy. It was definitely Spider-Man that kind of started it, and then I realized, oh, it's not just Spider-Man in this universe, it's a bunch of different people. I definitely need to look into a bunch of different other superheroes and stuff like that, and that's when I started actually like liking other superheroes and stuff like that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And it's funny, you say Spider-Man like he's the catalyst for it all. But who was it? Tobey Maguire? Like, or was it really just like the animated? Or you don't know?
It was definitely, no, it wasn't animated. It was definitely Tobey Maguire. It was definitely Tobey Maguire. It wasn't. I love the animated series. I love the video games, but it was definitely Tobey Maguire.
Now I can see that because when you watch those movies, you can feel the story. It's like you feel everything.
You feel it.
Yeah, like no offense to Tom Holland, but like whenever he made a choice and something went wrong, you felt it and you saw it. Like right now, like for you in your life, and maybe let's say me in my life, if you could make the right decision, but still it has like, I wouldn't say bad repercussions, but it'll have different repercussions from what you think would happen. You're like, okay, if I do the right thing, something good's gonna happen. You could do the right thing and then it could still go wrong.
It could still go wrong. You could have the best intentions ever and still something bad happens. And with Spider-Man, there was a trend in Spider-Man that he would do things with good intention, and then bad things would just continue to happen to him until, the end. He actually figures it out, climax happens and all that good stuff. But that's such a huge thing that a lot of people don't understand, is that you can have the best intentions in the world, but sometimes things just don't work out. Like, things just sometimes won't go your way. It just, at that point, you have to decide, like, you need to keep pushing forward. Like, you can't just give up. And that's what Spider-Man never did, was give up. He never did. He was obsessed with moving forward and finding a solution.
So I say, with that last part, what you said, that really resonated with you, because, like, the way you said it kind of just painted a picture in my head, like how things would go wrong, but yeah, he still just kept it going.
Still kept it going.
Well, let's segue. I mean, you kind of answered the second one. I was gonna say, which hero did you relate to the most, and what lessons did you have? But I mean,
yeah, definitely Spider-Man for sure. That was my first superhero that I really fell in love with, and it just stopped.
I got a better question. Like, was it just him, or was it like because with us, like, human beings and life, we're almost like onions. Like, I got it from Shrek. Like, it's layers to us. Like, we might be in one area where we like Spider-Man. The next area we might like another superhero, because we're going through different life circumstances. Was it like that for you? Like, at first it was Spider-Man, and then as you grew into being your own person, like, it was another superhero?
I do think it did kind of shift after, like, I feel like really after... Dang, which movie was that? It was it was a Marvel movie it was one of the Avengers movies. It was the one with Quicksilver in it. I fell in love with Quicksilver. I fell in love with him, even though the stuff that happened to him at the end of the movie was bull. But Quicksilver's and the Witch's, like, relationship reminded me a lot of actually, like, me and my sister's relationship. And I don't know, I got attached to Quicksilver. I got attached to not even Black Panther, but Killmonger. Yeah, I even got attached to some villains, which is crazy to me. Killmonger was one of them. Thanos was another one. Thanos was actually was a villain that, like he was doing bad, but his his actions were not the best. But his I understood it.
Oh no!
I understood.
He's talking about heroes. He's talking about villains.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Kind of off topic. So sorry. I definitely think, like, with the different eras in my life, I had different superheroes that I got attached to.
I like the Quicksilver and Wanda Maximoff. You want to touch on that, like, a little bit for us? I mean, you don't have to go too deep if you don't want to, but
I don't think I'm gonna go too deep. But me and my sister, we definitely, it just was me and my sister for a minute, and we didn't have a great start to our relationship. But, after years and years of after really we graduated from high school, is when we actually had to have that, like, conversation about, like, how we were growing up, and we actually got closer, and that closeness feeling, like, whenever anything happened to Wanda, and Quicksilver would try his best to help her. Like, he would legit, he gave his life for the whole cause because she also was there, and he really, really, his biggest thing was protecting her. And I don't know, I feel very protective over my sister, so I resonated a lot with, like, his ideal.
That's what's up. I mean, some people are gonna be watching this. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I feel it. I touched it." Like, that's all. That's me. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. But
I was doing the same thing. I wasn't in the camera. I was doing the same thing.
You was you? Oh,
yes,
like,
I was
mine's
doing the same thing. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm animated, so
no,
you can imagine how I am in public.
Oh man.
But no, I like that answer, because it's like, you don't I would have never thought about it like that, but it's honestly eye-opening, because I was rewatching it. Like, I started back with Iron Man and then moved up, got the Age of Ultron, and I was like, oh, this is a really good movie. Like, I like to say when you're in it, and I'm talking about in it, like when they were in the Avengers sagas, and we were just watching them at the movies. You didn't really appreciate them until now, because like when you go back and look at it, you're like, oh,
wow. You're like,
like,
yeah, it's a lot deeper than. It's a lot deeper.
Fighting and
man. Once you rewatch movies, it's like you see them in a whole different light.
Well, would you say that, or would you say it's like through us maturing, and then you're becoming an adult and adulthood and everything?
That definitely could be it. It definitely could be adulthood. Not claiming my uncle status yet, but it could be adulthood. Understand these things a little bit more.
You like when you're a child, you're like, oh yeah, they got the all the other stuff. I just want to see them fight. Now you're like, oh, I actually understand. Like I can't.
There's a story behind this now. Like,
man, like I want to watch Civil War again, and I think I'm gonna do it probably like when we leave, because I just want to see like the relationships. Because I'm going off topic, but like when I watched the Avengers again for the first couple of times, I was like, wow, like they weren't really the best of friends, especially Tony and Cap, but they were more so just. I guess you said they were just working. Yes,
they were just working together.
You got it. I was like, they did not like each other, like, because you seen the first like instance of conflict, like, Tony was like, what did he say? He said something. Cap said, "Well, what are you, business owner, philanthropist?" Like, he was just going off.
He was going off,
and then he was like, basically, we can go at it. He said, "Oh, that's fine with me." Like, I'm like, what?
Like, they're just cool with fighting, like they actually are doing this because they feel like they have no other choice. They literally are like, it's so crazy. They're working together not because they want to,
but because
they felt like they need to. I guess.
We're going off topic. Let's get back on.
Okay.
But all right. I got another question. In what ways do you believe superheroes can serve as a role model for overcoming adversity or achieving personal goals? I know we touched on it, but if you could go a little deeper.
Yeah, touch on it just a little bit, but I love the idea of a lot of the superheroes have this mindset of, I'm going to find a solution to this issue. Like, I'm going to find a way, even if I fail a little bit along the way, I'm still going to learn from it, do better, and I'm going to get to where I need to go. I'm going to achieve my goal. Like, I'm going to go save the world. Even if I lose this battle, I'm going to win the next one. Even if I lose the battle after that, I'm still going to like keep going and learning and winning until I win and get what I need. And that's, for me, is like a direct reflection in my life personally, because I'm trying to focus a lot on not giving up and not letting like setbacks and things like that make me, because it's very easy to give up on things like music and things that involve the social media platforms and stuff like that. It's very easy to give up on that stuff. It's podcasting too. Yeah, it's super easy to give up. Like, social media platforms are not catered towards smaller creators. So it's like, if you think about superheroes and stuff like that, yeah, I might have a post that flops, or I might have a reel that gets like only 100 views, or I might have some lower numbers, but I'd have to remember and not like focus on that too much, focus on where I want to be at in the future, and just take it as a learning experience and keep moving. And that like specifically like helps me a lot, because I struggled a lot with consistency for a long time, but then I told myself I have to be consistent where I get to go. Like, that has to be something. Like, of course, if I do have to stop being consistent, I told myself I would tell my platforms and stuff like that. Like,
hey, you are very vocal. I can say that.
Try, yeah.
Very vocal. You'd be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, guys. I've gone through some things." I was like, "Dang, I didn't know that you stopped posting because you put out so much, but then you let somebody know or let people know." So it's like you're bracing them for that, and you're still keeping them by kind of being involved, because you got that human side. So, and then when you said small creator, I was like, "You small?" I mean, you grew, because I think you got like 1,000.
Yeah, I definitely grew.
Jesus. Yeah,
it's
growing
still, it's like there's still a lot more growing to go.
I mean, that's a given. But definitely. You got the keys, because like you know how to tap in with your audience and tell them, all right, yeah, I'm gonna go on a little hiatus, but you know, I'm gonna bring some stuff back, and that just pulls the man. I don't know if you lost any people like doing it, but I'm like, wow, I should have to take some tips because I'm like, wow, he's saying that because I mean, like that's not nothing I've ever heard of or seen, and I mean, I've probably seen it, but like you, because I know you. Mm-hmm. You're able to just do it, and I'm like, okay, I know him, and he did it, and like, oh wow, he's still retaining people.
Yeah, my main thing right now, I'm a very private person. It's so crazy. I'm a very private person, but like, I'm trying to be more open with my platform because I want to be closer to my audience, and I want to be closer to the people who love my music, and I want to give back to them. So it's like, why not let them know? You know, why not let people know when you're gonna be away for a little bit, dealing with stuff? You know, it's a natural thing. But yeah, no, it's definitely weird, but I feel like it definitely helps like solidify your audience and keep you connected to them even throughout dips and stuff in your career.
You know, you said something earlier, and I really wanted you to touch on that. Mm-hmm. Killmonger. What's the motivation or inspiration? What is it with him that resonates so heavily with you? Because that was a curveball.
He was the villain that I understood the most. Like, my boy was completely rejected. Like, he was completely rejected, dejected, and kicked out, and it wasn't even his fault. And he was literally supposed to be in the Black Panther's spot, but he wasn't able to because of everything that happened with his dad. That, of course, is gonna breed some. It's gonna breed some anger, and just like with just with anything, like there's competition in everything. Like, you're gonna have people who come in and want your spot. You're gonna have people who are already in a spot that you want. You're not like. It's very interesting because you're not gonna be the hero in everybody's story. You're gonna be the villain in some people's stories. Like, I'm going to like move up past other artists. I'm going to do better than other artists in the future, and to some artists they will see that as intimidation, and there's going to be a problem. You know, that's like, but I'm not going to stop. Like, I have to be the villain in their story, unfortunately. But for me, it's like I'm doing what I have to do. I'm getting what's mine and what I know I deserve. And Killmonger was the same way. He was just going for what he felt he deserved and what he wanted and what he knew. And he did it. I mean, honestly, he did it. He did it at first.
It was short-lived.
It was short-lived, but he did it. He did the dang thing.
Yeah, no, he said he did it. He was dangerous with it, though. I was like, he wasn't leaving no. What is it? Dang, what? I can't. Man, what is going on? I got monkey mind or something today. Yo, that's crazy. I can't think of nothing. I was like, he had no loose ends. There it goes. He cut all ties. I'm like, dang. His girl, Claw. Who else? He was straight murking people. I was like,
he was just straight murking people. I mean, he was mad.
I know,
but that was his downfall. Was his anger. But
what his girl had to do with it? Like, she didn't even do nothing.
Yeah,
she was just there.
She legit was just there.
Don't do that, bro.
I'm not gonna do that.
Don't do that.
I'll never. No.
Don't do that to people you're close with. They're gonna be like, no. What happened? What'd I do? But no, that makes a lot of sense.
That is another thing, though. Is like, that's a big thing too. Is like, yes, he was like doing the most extreme with it by literally ending them. But I mean, people who you were close with in the future, and I mean, I'm pretty sure you can relate to this, is like people that you knew in the past aren't here with you now. You know, that's a natural thing of life, is outgrowing people. And a lot of people are scared to outgrow other people because they're like, they value their relationship too much. But if you want to grow as a person, you have to get over that. Like, and if they need to separate that, if they were meant to be in your life, they would understand and they would support you, and then they would still be there with you. But if y'all weren't meant to be with each other along that journey, then it's just, it's time to separate. And a lot of people are scared to do that.
I hate you. I really do. That's a jab. That's a jab.
That's a jab.
Yo, that's crazy. We're not gonna talk about why you brought that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yo,
yeah, man.
I'm blowing it out of proportion. I need to chill out. Yo, this is crazy. No, but I do like that. That was so that this conversation with you sparked me intellectually. Like I got so many ideas. Like you have to close it out because we out of time.
Oh my god, we got to do a part 2, bro. We're going.
The guy in the studio told me, he said we got to wrap it up.
Oh my gosh,
he said we got to wrap it up. But it was. I mean, this is good. This is like. I can see a few more if you're able to.
We'll see.
Next, we got to do like in person somewhere.
Do an in person one. Oh, that'd be dope. We could get a studio. Rent a studio out.
I know a few places. I just have to book it, but yeah. But no, it was awesome having you, man. Like I do appreciate it because it's like what I like about you. You said like heroes that we know, but then you went like off. I ain't gonna say off script, but you went somewhere else.
Somewhere else, yeah.
Like with Killmonger and Thanos, and I'm like, yo, I was like, what? Hey, yo.
Yeah, it's definitely, I don't know. It's just those movies, man. I like to try to like think about the villains as much as I think about the superhero too, because like if you think about the villain stories, there are actually stories behind the villains as well. Like there are legit stories behind every character. That's what I love about superhero movies, that they're legit stories behind every character. It's just superheroes are able to regulate, most of the time, are able to just regulate their emotions better than villains.
Yeah. I was going to say that. We said it even better than me right there. Like, I was going to say they chose a better path than the villain. You said regulate their emotions. But then, I'm elementary school, you're in college. I'm sorry.
Look, man, please get degrees.
Yeah.
I'm also a psychology major, so it was like...
we both are. You ain't know that?
I know that. I was just saying.
I don't know what. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't care. I air out my information. I think I got 3.0 when I graduated.
When I graduated, my GPA was definitely below a 3.0. We're not gonna get into specific numbers because I graduated. That's all that matters.
I got 3.05, I think, and I was like, dang, I didn't get hope until I graduated. I was like, yo, that's crazy. I lost hope as a freshman and got it back when I graduated. Yo,
no, I have to call him up. Do y'all do back pay? Go
man,
back.
They look at me
like junior year or something.
But they look at me like, bro, you for real, bro? Bro, you in school? No, I'm not.
No,
yo,
I just pay some of this debt off. God,
they'd be like, you better go ask Biden.
You better go ask Biden.
Nah, it's not even Biden now. We gotta go ask Kamala Harris. I don't know if she's on that.
Don't know if she's gonna win, but hopefully,
No, she probably gonna be like, you said what? That? Huh?
Come on now.
Because I tapped in with Mohila, but Mohila's not messing with me. Mohila's like, yeah, you gotta pay this, and this, and this. And if you don't start paying now, we're gonna add this. I'm like,
we're gonna add this on top of it too, with percentages.
I was like,
percentages.
I was like, I'm glad I'm doing a podcast. I'm glad. Pray something happens. Like, God, if you strike me with lightning on this thing, hey, I'd be so grateful. This ain't funny, but
God, do what you gotta do. God, do what you gotta do.
We thoroughly thank you for your presence and your time. Mr. You can say your name.
King Rahsaan.
We do most definitely like it. The people are amazed by your amazing talents and the way that you articulate your words. And tell the people you can check him out. His ad is, say it again,
KNG Rahsaan on all platforms. You can go ahead and check me on IG and TikTok the most. That's where I be posting the most consistently.
It's crazy because every time I get on TikTok, it's him. I'm like, yo, bro, I can't even see. All I see is him. I'm like, yo, I'm surprised you don't have 1 million views the way you like.
It's getting there. I'm getting close to there.
Man, I gotta check again. I remade my own TikTok. I made a new TikTok. I might send it to you. But
send it to me.
But we gotta do a part 2. Thank you so much for coming on to my little platform, my home.
Thank you for having me. It was a wonderful experience in coming into your little house, looking around and stuff. It was.
Saying, you said, hey, Spider-Man and Spawn. Yeah, I said, hey,
a nice establishment.
nah, I got more too. I gotta put up more of these, but
Oh wow, yeah, no, put those up.
yeah, and then I probably got a Invincible too.
Yeah, you need to invest in some pins.
I gotta invest in something. I don't know. I got so much comic book stuff and then Power Rangers. Oh man, just let me cook.
Oh God, go ahead, cook up, chef.
Trying to be like you. Oh no,
I'm trying to get to like you, my boy.
he's crazy. I'm not like that. He's crazy. I'm not on that, man. But I gotta let you go because I got the producers like, bro, y'all running over time. I'm sorry, man. All right, man. It was great having you guys. People check him out, and we're gonna do this again. So be on the lookout. Everybody have a great day. Not love.